Hello students, in unit 1 we have seen the basic geometrical objects like pixel, line, circle, etc. Now in unit 2, that is polygon, we will see the further concepts of polygons. Learning objective and outcome of this session. Objective: to explain, that is to acquaint the learner with the basic concepts of computer graphics such as polygon, and outcome, that is at the end of this session the student will be able to define basic terminologies of computer graphics such as polygon. So polygons, in this session I will try to cover these 3 points. Initially, what is the meaning of polygon, what are the types of polygon, and the tests which are to be conducted for checking the point whether it is inside or outside the polygon, and to check that there are two methods, even, odd and winding number. So starting with polygons. So as you already know what is polygon. So poly itself means many and gon means sides. So the meaning of polygon is nothing but a geometrical object which has many sides or many sided figure, and it is closed in nature. It is formed using a collection of lines. Lines generally combines to form the polygons, and these lines are called as sides or edges, and these lines combines the vertices. So for example, the basic or regular polygons we can say triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, etc. So polygon is nothing but a two-dimensional shape which is formed using more than 3 lines. So for a closed figure formed with 3 straight lines, it is termed as a triangle. So triangle is the basic polygon having 3 sides, whereas a shape which can be formed using 4 straight lines can be known as quadrilateral. It is formed with only straight line, and if any curved line is used to form a closed figure, then it cannot be termed as a polygon. So polygon is basically any closed shape which is formed with 3 or more straight lines, and there is no limit on how many sides on the polygon. So it can possess infinite sides. We can say a polygon can be of 10 sides or more than that. So the types of polygon. Now the polygons can be divided into 3 basic types, that is convex polygons, concave polygon and complex polygon. So starting with first type of polygon, that is convex polygon. A convex polygon is defined as a polygon with all the interior angles less than 180 degrees. Means, which can be termed as convex polygon, means that all the vertices of polygon will point outward away from the interior of the shape. Think of it as a bulging polygon. That is again a triangle which has a 3 sides or 3 gon is always a convex polygon, right? So here in this figure you can see that these are the convex polygon, where if you will see towards all the vertices, these all vertices are going outward from the interior of that shape, and if you will check the angles of each of these sides, then none of the angle is greater than 180 degrees. That is how we can define the convex polygon. Then some of the properties of convex polygon can be, when we draw a line through any convex polygon which can be intersecting the polygon, so that can divide the polygon in 2 parts. That is, just we have seen one figure over here. So when we draw a line, this is dividing the polygon into exactly 2 parts. So you can also see that the line will divide the polygon into exactly 2 pieces. All the diagonals of convex polygon lie entirely inside the polygon. So in the figure here you can see whatever diagonals you will draw from any vertex to any vertex, you can see all these diagonals are lying totally inside the polygon. The area of an irregular convex polygon can be found by dividing it into triangles and summing the triangles areas, and generally when we say regular polygons are always the convex polygons by definition. Moving further to the next type of polygon, that is concave polygon. So in concave polygon, at least one of the angle is more than 180 degrees. So those polygons which are not convex also we can say them as concave polygon. But here you can see that again the other definition, by other definition you can see that not necessarily all the vertices are pointing outward from its interior of the shape. So some vertices are coming towards the interior of the shape, that is why they are called as concave polygon. So again we can define that when we draw a line which is joining two line segments, and if that whole line is not passing through the polygon, then it can be termed as concave polygon. So like convex polygon, there are properties of concave polygon. A line can be drawn through a concave polygon, and depending on exactly where you draw it, it can intersect the polygon in more than two places. Just now in convex polygon we have seen that when we draw a line, it intersects the polygon into exactly two pieces, whereas concave polygon must not exactly divide the polygon in two places. So there can be more one. Now in the figure here, you have seen that the line cuts the polygon in four places, and you can see that the line can divide the polygon into more than two pieces. Then like about diagonals, here some of the diagonals of this concave polygon will lie outside the polygon. In the figure here, the diagonal at the top of the polygon is outside the polygon's interior space, whereas in convex polygon we have seen that all diagonals are lying inside the polygon. Regular polygons are never concave by definition. The area of concave polygon can be found by treating it as any other irregular polygon, right? So we can say it is an irregular polygon which is not having the fixed shape. Next type of polygon, that is complex polygon. Now here we can say that the polygon which is not convex or which is not concave can be termed as complex. Now what exactly complex polygon means? Here complex polygon is basically concave polygons, but they are the self-intersecting edges. So here you can see that the complex polygon whose sides are crossing over each other and one or more than times. So here this is a star where all the edges are intersecting with each other. Similarly in this shape also they are self-intersecting edges. So such type of polygons are called as complex polygons. They are not convex or they are not concave. Now coming towards the next, that is polygon inside or outside test. Now why we need to do this test, right? So this test is required generally to identify whether a point lies inside or outside the polygon. And why we are doing this? So when we will move further to the session, then there are some methods which are used to feel the polygon area. So to identify the area of polygon, we need to first identify whether the current point or current pixel is lying inside or outside of the polygon. And after that, starting from that point, we can start filling other neighboring pixels to fill that whole polygon. And that is why we need to do this test, right? Now there are two methods given, even-odd method to check whether a point is inside or outside of the polygon, and the second is winding number method given to check again whether the point is inside or outside the polygon. Now what exactly means a point is inside or outside, or how to check if a given point lies inside or outside of a polygon? So in this example, here suppose a point P is given. So we have to find this point P whether it lies inside the polygon or not. So the lines which are lying on the border can be considered as inside points. So here this example shows you the point is inside and here the point is outside. Now when we say a point is inside, then starting from this point we can color the other pixels with the current color and we can fill the polygon so that the polygon look like as a solid polygon. So starting with first method, that is even-odd method. Now what is even and odd? So this technique counts the edges crossing along the line from any point xy to infinity. or else we can say if the number of interaction is odd, then the point xy is an interior point, and if this number of intersections is even, then the point we can say as a exterior point. So in this algorithm we generally draw a line from any position P to a distance point outside the coordinate extents of the object and counting the number of edges crossing along the line. If this number of polygon edges crossed by this line is odd, then P is an interior point, otherwise P is an exterior point. In this technique, we will count the edge crossing along the line from point xy. Now here you can see the point xy in red. Now this point, for this point we have to apply the test, that is even or odd. Now we have to draw one edge starting from outside of the point and which is crossing the boundaries of the polygon. So from this figure we can see that the point xy, the number of intersection point on the left side is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at the right side the number of intersections are 3, that is 1, 2 and 3. So in total the intersections are 8. So from both the ends the number of intersection points is odd. So the point is considered within the object, right? When this is odd, then it is inside the polygon. Means from this side also you can check the number is 5. From this side also you can check the number of intersection is 3. So from any side you can draw or plot a line starting from outside of the polygon and intersecting that that point. So here you can say, if you will draw a line from left side, then you can see there are 5 intersections, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 till reaching that point. So 5 is an odd figure, so we can say that the point is inside. If you will draw the line from right side, then also you can see that there are 3 intersections, 1, 2 and 3. It means again 3 is an odd number, means point is inside of the polygon, right? So this is how we have to check for the point whether it is lying inside or outside. Moving further, the next method, that is winding number method. Now in this method it is also used with the simple polygons to test the given point is interior or not. It can be simply understood with the help of a pin and a rubber band. Fix up that pin on one of the edge of the polygon. On any edge you can fix that pin and tie up the rubber band in it, and then stretch the rubber band along the edges of the polygon. Right, we can stretch that rubber band along these polygon lines. When all the edges of polygon are covered by the rubber band, check out the pin which has been fixed up at the point to be tested. Now here we want to test this point over here. If we find at least one wind at the point, consider it within the polygon. Else we can say that the point is not inside the polygon, right? So we have to put the pin on this point, and then we have to stretch the rubber band on this polygon edges, and if it is not going towards that pin, then we can say that the pin is, or that point is inside the polygon. Alternatively, we can say that we can give the directions to all the edges of the polygon, right? Draw a scan line from the point to be tested toward the leftmost of the direction. So again we are drawing one line starting from outside to that point, and we can see the intersecting edges of the polygon. Now give the value 1 to all the edges which are going to upward direction and all other -1 as direction values. Now we can see that when the edge is going upward, then we are assigning 1, that is positive number, to that edge, and if it is coming downward, then we are assigning -1 to that edge, right? Now check the edge direction values from which the scan line is passing. Now here you can see the line is passing through 3 edges. This is first edge, this is second edge, and this is third edge. Now as per the numbers we have given, this is 1, this is -1, and this is 1, right? So now you have to add these three numbers, 1 plus minus 1 plus 1. If the total sum of this direction value is non-zero, then the point to be tested is an interior point, otherwise it is an exterior point. So if you will add this, that is 2 minus 1 means you are getting 1, that is a non-zero value. When the sum of this direction numbers comes to non-zero, then we can say that point is inside the polygon. Otherwise, if it comes at if it is come at 0 or less than 0, then we can say that it is outside the polygon. In this figure, we can sum up the direction values from which the scan line is passing. Then total is 1 minus 1 plus 1, that is 1, which is non-zero. So the point is inside the polygon. So this is another method for checking whether the point is inside or outside. So this way we have to find out the points lying inside the polygon, and further using these points we have to fill the polygon with any color so that the polygon becomes a solid one. So in the next lecture we will see the polygon filling methods. For this lecture that is it for today. Thank you, dear students.